Hi everyone! So today we're going to talk about PHP File Upload. Okay, so the first thing na pag-uusapan muna natin before we go to the part of file uploading, of course, the configuration part. We need to configure muna yung PHP ini file. Okay? To set up yung mga kailangan nating i-set up pagdating sa file uploading. Okay? So the first thing that we need to make sure is that yung file uploads is equals to on. And then the next thing is yung upload max file size. So by default, meron siyang 2M by default. Okay? So we're going to update it into 1000M or kung ano man yung gusto nyong maximum file size na gusto nyong iset. But for me, I'm going to set it for about 1000M or 1 gig. And then the last one is the post max size. So by default meron siyang 8M or megabyte, and then I'm going to set it as well for about 1000M. Okay? So saan ba natin i-manage, ihahanapin yung PHP ini? Of course, we need to go to our SAM folder kung SAMP man yung ginagamit ninyo. Hanapin natin sa C. Usually sa C kasi install yung SAMP natin sa drive C. And then we need to open that one. And hahanapin naman natin yung PHP na folder. So, we need to open that one as well. And sa part na yan, ito na yung lalabas, and we just need to look for the PHP ini, which is this one, na kung saan yung configuration file. Okay, so we are going to open that one, and then once we open that one, we're going to find or to search those thing that we had mentioned earlier na kailangan maset natin yung mga value. First, of course, yung file uploads. We need to make sure na naka-on na siya. Okay? Then the next thing is yung upload max file size. So I also set it to 1000M. And then the last one, of course, yung post max size. I also set it to 1000M. So once you already done updating the configuration part, then save that file and make sure na i-restart natin yung Apache natin para mag-take an effect yung configuration or yung bagong configuration na naset natin. Okay? Now, if you're already done doing that, now let's try to jump to the part of coding. So dito, I have here yung template file ko for the making a file upload form. So of course, we have yung basic HTML code. Then I have here yung form tag, and meron siyang 3 na attributes. Of course, yung action, this indicates the file na kung saan pupuntahan once the form is submitted. So yung nakaset natin dito is upload.php. Okay? Then yung method naman, make sure that it is post, yung nakaset. And the most important thing na hindi dapat natin makalimutan is yung ink type. Equals multipart / form -data. If ever hindi natin ito na set, guys, then our form or file uploading will not work. Okay? So we need to make sure na meron itong attribute. Okay? So here I also set yung label natin. I also have here yung, of course, yung input, which has a type of file. Ito yung magiging button na pwede tayong mag-select ng file sa ating computer. And then try to take note this, guys, yung name na nilagay ko dito is file to upload. You can name it whatever you want, but for now, I'm going to name it as file to upload. Okay? And then, of course, yung submit button. Dito yung, of course, yung label na makikita ng user. And yung name, I name it as submit. But of course, you can name it whatever you want. Pero nasanay lang kasi ako sa submit. Okay? Now, if we're going to run that code, then, ito yung makikita natin. Okay? Ito na yung code natin kanina. So, ngayon naman, let's try to make it more, tawag ito, dagdagan natin ng design. Hindi lang parang ganun lang. So, let's add more, tawag nun, container pagdating sa form. So, currently, ito yung form natin. So, ngayon, nilagyan ko ng additional na mga containers. So, ito yung main container. So, yung label natin, meron siyang sariling container. Then, yung sa form, sa input part, meron din siyang sariling container. And also for the button container. Now, let's add more codes of CSS, basically. So, to make it more look decent, kahit papaano, we add the design here as part of the just an internal CSS, but you can do external if you want, or even inline. So, nasa sa inyo na yon. But for now, for this demonstration purposes, I'm going to set it here as inline. I mean, internal CSS. So, once we run our web application, then ito na yung magiging output niya. So, compare yung kanina, mas mainam tong tingnan. Diba? I hope, mainam nga. But for me, okay na siya, comparing yung kanina. Okay? Okay, so now, once the form is submitted, it will go to the file kung ano yung naka-indicate sa form action attribute. So, let's try to check ano ba yung naka-indicate sa action attribute. So, yung nandito, of course, yung upload.php file. So, currently, wala pa tayong file na upload.php. So, that's the thing na gagawin natin. Para once the form is submitted, merong file na maghahandle sa mga posted data. Okay? So, ito yung code natin sa file na ginawa natin. So, dito, I have this if statement wherein it will try to check if the submit button was set or the post submit. Or basically, parang sinasabi nito na once the form is submitted or nakaset na ba siya, then ipa-process na natin yung pag-upload ng file. Okay? Okay, so next is what I have done here. Gumawa din ako ng uploads directory. So kung makikita nyo dito, meron na tayong uploads directory. And then, dito, I try to get yung name. So, ito yung file to upload na index dito. This is the name of the file input. Okay? Then, instead of using post, I'm using $_files. Hindi siya post. Okay? Files yung gagamitin natin, yung super global variable. Okay? So, take note about that, guys. So, files, square bracket, the name of the input file, and then the name index. So, yung makukuha dito is yung actual file name of the file that we are about to upload. Then, once na-retrieve na natin yan, we are trying to concatenate it with the target directory. Okay? Then, pass it to the target file. Now, the actual code na nag-upload ng file is itong function, yung move upload file. So, the first parameter will be the temporary file, which is coming from the files, a variable. And then, the second parameter will be the target file, na kung saan na natin ilalagay yung na-upload na file using the actual file name. Okay? So, once ma-successful yung process na to, it will read this redirect. yung redirection natin using the header function na kung saan babalik yung process natin, ibabalik natin papunta sa index.php or yung pinaka homepage natin. And as you will notice here, I also appended here yung parang get data na kung saan yung status equals to success. If ever, successful yung process. Now, if ever magkaroon ng error during the process dito, then it will go here and pass get data of error. Okay? So let's try to check that one or try that one. Okay, now, so let's try to check out yung form natin. Okay, so let's try to choose a file. Select natin to. And then upload image. Okay, so na-redirect tayo pabalik sa homepage pero walang mga notification na lumabas. Later on, we're going to work on that. But manonotice nyo guys na dito sa taas, sa address bar, meron ng status success. Therefore, yung process natin ng pag-file upload was a successful. All we need to do is to display na lang a success message. So later on, we're going to work on that. For now, let's try to check yung kung na-upload ba talaga yung image. So ito yung working directory natin. And dito, ito yung uploads directory na ginawa ko. And then if we're going to check that one, so makikita natin dito yung file o yung image na na-upload ko. Okay? So therefore, successful yung process ng file uploading natin. Okay? Now let's try to work on the error or success message. So sa code natin dito, we're going to update this to have something like this. Okay? Ito yung magdi-display ng mga notification if successful ba yung pag-upload o hindi. So using the sset function, I tried to check if yung get status nakaset ba. If ever nakaset, equals ba siya sa success? So kung equals to success, I'm going to display this one. The image was successfully uploaded. But if ever hindi successful yung process, then yung status basically magiging error. Now if error, I can have this kind of output, which is the no image to upload. Okay? Now let's try to do it again. Let's try that one. Choose another file. And let's click this one. And click upload. Yan. So we have this success message. And makita natin dito sa address bar, status niya success. And meron na tayong message na makita. The image was successfully uploaded. Okay? And if we're going to check yung uploads directory natin from this one, magiging ganito na siya. Dalawa na yung image na makikita natin. Okay? Ngayon, what if hindi ako pumili ng image pero I tried to click this button? Let's try. Yan. So that is the error message. You will notice as well on the part of the address bar. Okay, since error siya, we display this kind of message. No image to upload. Okay guys? Okay. So now, pag-usapan naman natin yung upload validation. Ano ba yung sinasabing upload validation? Like for example, if you want to check if the file already exists. So kung na-exist ng isang file, hindi ko na siya gustong i-upload. So we can do that. What if we want to check as well the file size if it already exceed the maximum file size? Let's say may limit lang yung pag-upload natin. Like for example, this one, I try to limit it to 5 MB only. So once mag-exceed na yung isang file size to 5 MB, then hindi na siya pwede ring ma-upload. And another validation, we can have this one. What the part of checking the file type. So I try to limit it only allowed for the JPEG na file type. So if ever mag-upload tayo ng doc file, ng PDF, ng text, even PNG, then dapat hindi siya allowed. So pwede natin gawin yan. Okay? Now, ito yung code pagdating sa file exists, checking if the file exists. So we have this function, file exists, and yung target file, ito yung target file na makikita natin sa code natin, which is yung kanina. And then, meron tayo ditong additional na variable. Mamaya, papakita ko kung saan ko to na-declare. By default kasi meron tong value na true. So, if ever magkaroon ng error, then I will try to change the value of upload OK variable into false. And then, redirect back to the home page which has a status of error file exists. Kung saan magagamit natin to for displaying some error message. Okay? Okay, so the next validation that we have is about the file size. So ito yung code natin. First, of course, we're going to check dito yung file size if it is already greater than 5 million. So yung 5 million, actually this is bytes. So if you're trying to convert 5 MB, it is equivalent to 5 million bytes. So bytes yung kino-compare natin dito. Kasi yung size dito, yung value nito coming from the files super global variable is in bytes, not in MB. So we need to make sure na bytes rin yung kino-compare natin. So if ever the file size is greater than 5 million bytes, then therefore it already exceed the 5 MB limit natin. Then therefore, we're going to set the upload OK to false and redirect it back to the home page with an error status of error file size. Okay? Okay, so next is about the file type. So ito naman yung code. So dito, we are trying to get the file extension. So yung target file natin, and then yung path info extension using this function na path info. Okay, so the first parameter is the target file. The second parameter is the path info underscore extension. So yung magiging result nito, yung mariretrieve niya will be the extension of the file. Kung JPEG, kung PNG, kung doc type, kung PDF. Now, I also use this str to lower to make sure that the file extension is in a lowercase. Then that's the time na i-compare ko dito. Now, if hindi siya equal to JPEG, na kung saan this is the only allowed file type na gusto nating mangyari dito sa part na to, if hindi siya equal sa JPEG, then we're going to set this equals to false na naman. Which basically, it meaning niya na error yung file size na ina-upload. File type na ina-upload. Then once that happen, i-redirect natin pabalik sa homepage which having an status of error file type. Okay? Now let's try to check out yung actual code natin. This is yung kaninang code, and I tried to update that one into something like this. So nandito na yung sinasabi kong upload OK na variable natin, which is by default it is true, and yung target file na ginamit natin with the file exist, and also for the for getting the file extension. So nandito yung file exist, nandito yung pag-check about the file size, nandito naman yung pag-check about the file type. Now, at the bottom part, we try to check if yung upload OK na variable equals ba to true. Kasi if true siya, therefore, I'm going to process the file uploading. Okay? Then, if successful, success. If magkaroon ng error, then status din error. Okay? Now, let's try to go to our template file. And then, update this one. So, i-update natin yung mga error messages natin from that from this point to this point na. So, nagdagdag tayo ng 3 additional messages for the file exist, for the file size, and for the file type. If ever mag-error yung mga process na yon. Okay guys? Now, let's try to check yung form natin. So, now let's try to upload new file. So, pipiliin ko ito. And then upload. So, the image was successfully uploaded. Now, upload ako ulit ng file. Same file pa rin yung pipiliin ko. Kasi we're going to test yung file exist na validation natin. Okay? And click upload. So, yun. The file already exists. Kasi nga, na-upload natin earlier. So, therefore, nag-work yung validation natin. Next is, let's try to upload a file exceed the 5,000, 5 million bytes or 5 MB. So, we have here, actually, this is more than 5 MB, yung file size niya. And if we're going to do that, then upload image. So, yun. The file size exceed the maximum file size of 5 MB. Okay? Okay, so the next validation that we need to check is yung file type. So, first, let's try to check this PNG. And then, upload. So, yun. Errored. The only allowed file type is JPEG. Let's try another one. Yung doc file naman. Upload image, although hindi siya image. So, the only allowed file type is JPEG. Okay? So, therefore, yung mga validation natin are working perfectly naman. Yung 3 validation na nakaset natin. Aside from the previous one. So, that's how we're going to upload, guys, of our on how to use the file uploading, and also setting up the form upload validation. Okay, so now let's try to have a recall on the part of the file upload of what are those things that we had learned so far. Okay, so first, of course, we had learned about the configuration that we need to set on the part of the PHP ini. Okay, then we also learn about the file upload itself, especially sa mga part ng HTML form as well. And of course, the actual codes on how to upload and the required parameters niya. Then we also learn about the upload validation. So we have 3 for that. First is we try to check if the file already exists. Then we try to check if the file size already exceeds the maximum file size. And the last one is we try to check if the file type is an allowed file type. Okay, so those are the things that we had discussed on this particular topic. Okay guys, so I hope you learned something new today, guys, regarding our topic, which focus on file upload. Okay, so if you did, please click thumbs up, and please don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you will be notified if there are new videos that we're going to upload. Okay guys, so just like I always say, just keep practicing and never stop learning. Thank you for watching, guys, and goodbye for now.